You are sitting here, Prabhu? Huh? You are sitting here, there. I have. Okay.
You can do anything you want, but this
আমার ফোনটা কোথায়?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Prabhu Janat Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Raju Prabhu Janat Prabhu. Hallelujah, Krishna Prabhu and Guru Maharaj. Thank you for joining. You both of you fully empowered, book distribution, Prabhu.
Where Prabhuji?
ఎక్కడ మన అలకాపూర్ టౌన్షిప్ లో వేస్తున్నారా?
నిన్న శిల్పారామం వెళ్ళాం ప్రభుజీ, నైట్ ఇద్దరం.
అమేజింగ్ ప్రభు, వెరీ నైస్.
మొన్న వీకెండ్ మన అల్కాపూర్ టౌన్షిప్ లో ఆమె ఒక పార్క్ దగ్గర, నేను ఒక పార్క్ దగ్గర చేస్తాం ప్రభు. ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఒక 15 బుక్స్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ చేసాం.
బుక్స్ అన్ని హాబిట్స్ టెంపుల్ నుంచి తెస్తున్నారా?
హాబిట్స్ టెంపుల్ నుంచి ప్రభుజీ. అరౌండ్ ఒక ఈసారి 260 270 దాకా తీసుకున్నాం ప్రభుజీ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ ప్రభు. Srila Prabhupada is going to smile at Ani and special blessings from him. Okay? Thank you so much. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
అవే ప్రభుజీ బుక్స్ అక్కడ కొన్ని అయిపోయినాయి.
Very nice. Amazing. Please continue and inspire everybody.
Yes ప్రభుజీ.
Pictures written Prabhu group la, somebody may get inspired,
Sure ప్రభుజీ.
Gachibowli Satsang and our group.
Yeah,
Please.
sure. Sure.
No hesitation.
Yeah,
book give some small donation, book cost is called. Take pic
Yes.
to get some inspiration. Okay. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare हमको वाटर क्लासेस करो कब Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram
Rama
Ram.
Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Ram
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 Ram.
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare Rama
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare Rama
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Hare Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Ram Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Hare Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
जय श्री
Krishna,
कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत
Hare
गदाधर
Rama, Hare
श्री
Rama,
साथी
Ram.
गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
Hare Rama,
हरे
Hare Rama,
राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Krishna, Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare.
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama, Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे हरे
Ram.
हरे राम राम हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे राम
Hare
राम
Rama,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama,
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram.
कृष्ण हरे हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare
राम हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama,
हरे
Hare Rama.
राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
राम हरे हरे
Hare Rama, Hare
हरे
Rama,
कृष्ण
Ram Ram.
कृष्ण हरे 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 राम
Hare
राम हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
हरे हरे हरे
Hare Rama, Hare
राम
Rama,
हरे हरे
Ram Ram.
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna, Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे
Rama, Hare
हरे
Rama, Ram Ram.
राम हरे 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 कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama, Hare Rama,
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram.
हरे राम हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Krishna
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Rama,
राम
Hare
हरे हरे
Rama, Ram
हरे
Ram.
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama,
हरे
Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
राम हरे 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 कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
हरे हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama, Hare Rama,
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे हरे
Ram.
हरे राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna,
हरे
Krishna Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Hare Rama,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
हरे हरे
Ram Ram.
हरे राम हरे हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे हरे
Rama, Hare
हरे
Rama, Ram
कृष्ण
Ram.
कृष्ण हरे 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 राम
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Hare Krishna,
हरे
Krishna Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
The Bhakti Vedanta.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama Hare Hare.
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Jai
Hare
Shri
Ram.
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram.
Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram.
Rama Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram.
Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama Hare
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram Ram.
Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram.
Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda
Krishna,
Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri
Krishna
Sadi
Krishna,
Gaura Bhakta
Hare
Vrinda
Hare,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Yeah, let us start. Hare Krishna, Lalit Mohan Prabhu, Deepa Mataji, Samyukta Mataji, Raju Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for joining today. Let us begin with Mangalacharana prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। ओम अपवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं साभ्याभ्यन्तरं शुचिः। श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। So let us read CC review.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Chandramukhi Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining today. So this is Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela. This is 16th chapter. The pastimes of the Lord in his childhood and youth. Yeah, so there are 86 111 verses. Let us complete today this one. So, yeah, Deepa Mata, please read these sections.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Adi 16, the pastimes of Lord in his childhood and youth. 1 to 25, the Lord's activities in his Kaishora. 1 to 7, obeisances to Kaishora Chaitanya. In this age, both Lakshmi and Saraswati worshipped him, and he taught students and defeated scholars. 8 to 19, tour of East Bengal and meeting with Tapan Mishra. The Lord traveled to East Bengal and introduced Sankirtana here. Tapan Mishra was bewildered about the goal of life and met Lord Chaitanya. The Lord instructed him and told him to go to Varanasi. 20 to 25, Lakshmi Devi's disappearance. The snake of separation from the Lord bit Lakshmi Devi and she disappeared later. The Lord married Vishnu Priya. 26 to 111, the meeting of Lord Chaitanya and Keshav Kashmiri. 26 to 40, upon the Lord's request, Keshav Kashmiri composes 100 verses about Mother Ganges. 41 to 86, Keshav Kashmiri's verse. 41 to 54, the Lord recites one of the poet's verses and asks him to explain the good qualities and faults in it. Astonished, the Digvijayi denies any faults and challenges the Lord, pointing out his ineligibility to analyze it. 55 to 71, the 5 doshas, faults in the Digvijayi's verses. 72 to 86, the 5 alankaras, literary embellishments in the Digvijayi's verse. 87 to 111, the Digvijay surrenders. Keshav Kashmiri wondered why Mother Saraswati wanted him to be defeated in front of a boy. The Lord solaces and encourages him. In a dream that night, Saraswati reveals the Lord's position to Keshav Kashmiri, who then takes shelter of the Lord.
Yes, Mathu, thank you very much. 1 to 25 and 26 to 111. Main concept is the Lord's activities in his Kaishora. And 26 to 111, was the meeting of the Lord Chaitanya and Keshav Kashmiri. Yeah, subsection. So let us read each section. Yes. Yeah. Who is there? Yes. Samyukta Mataji, please read this section.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. 1 to 25, the Lord's activities in his Kaishora. 1 to 7, obeisances to Kaishora Chaitanya. I worship Lord Chaitanya, whose mercy flows like a great river. Kripa Sudha Sarit Yasya. Lord Chaitanya's nectarian mercy flows like a great river. Vishwam Aplavayantyapi Nicha Gaiva Sada Bhati, inundating the entire universe just as a river flows downstream. He especially extends himself to the fallen. Tam Chaitanya Prabhum Bhaje. I worship that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The more fallen one is, the greater one's claim to the favor of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One must be very sincere and serious. All glories to Lord Chaitanya and his associates. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrunda. Adilila 1.18. Both Lakshmi and Saraswati worship Lord Chaitanya in his Kaishora age. Jiyat Kaishora Chaitanyo. Long live Lord Chaitanya in his Kaishora age. Murti Matya Grhashramat. Lakshmarchito Tavak Devya. Lakshmi worshipped him in the Grihastha ashrama and the goddess of learning Saraswati. Disham Jayi Jayat Chalat worshipped him in his victory over the scholar who had conquered all the world, Keshava Kashmiri. At age 11, the beginning of Kaishora, Lord Chaitanya began to teach students. Many students came to him and every one of them was astonished to hear his mode of explanation. Defeated all kinds of scholars, yet due to his gentle behavior, none were unhappy. Performed various kinds of pranks in his sporting pastimes in the Ganges.
Yes, Mata. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Subsection 1 to 7 obeisances to Kaishora Chaitanya. Okay. So multiple subsections there within this 1 to 25. The Lord's activities in his Kaishora. Thank you for reading, Mataji. So now, Lavanya, can you read?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. 8
Hare
to
Krishna.
19, tour of the East Bengal and meeting with Tapana Mishra. 8 to 9, trip to East Bengal. After some days, the Lord went to East Bengal and wherever he went, he introduced Sankirtana. By the influence of intellectual prowess, many students came to him and began studying under his direction. 10 and 11, Tapana Mishra. Tapana Mishra, a Brahmana in East Bengal, could not ascertain the objective of life and how to attain it. If one reads many books and scriptures and hears many commentaries and the instructions of many men, this will produce doubt within his heart. One cannot in this way ascertain the real goal of life. Bahushastre Bahuvakye Chitta Brahmahaya Sadhya Sadhana Shrestana Haya Nichaya. Tapana Mishra was a scholar, but he could not ascertain the goal of life. Therefore, he was later given a chance to hear Lord Chaitanya instructing Sanatana Goswami in Madhya Leela 20 to 24 verses. 12 to 14. In a dream, the bewildered Tapana Mishra was directed by a Brahmana to go to Nimai Pandita, the Supreme Lord. In this way, he came to the shelter of Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet and described to him the details of his dream. 15. The Lord instructed him about the object of life, sadhya, the process, sadhana, and for attaining it, the Nama Sankirtana, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. 16 to 18. The Lord ordered him to go to Varanasi. He desired to live with the Lord in Navadvipa. The Lord assured him that they would meet again in Varanasi. I cannot understand these inconceivable pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Thus, Tapana Mishra went to Varanasi. Noting point. By asking Tapana Mishra to go to Varanasi, the Lord indicated that in the future he would accept sannyasa, and when he would teach Sanatana Goswami, Tapana Mishra could take advantage to learn the object of life and the real process for attaining it. 19. Thus, Lord Chaitanya contributed the greatest benefit to East Bengal by initiating the people into Harinama, the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and making them learn scholars by educating them. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Yes, this is the 19 verses, 88 to 19 verses, tour of East Bengal, meeting with Tapan Mishra. So wherever you go, introduce the congregational chanting of Sankirtan on the streets and villages, Sankirtan movement. It's called, our movement is Sankirtan movement, chanting the holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna. Actually, this tune, I heard it from recently, this devotee came, right? I mean, Hari Bhakti Day. Hari Bhakti Day, when I was there in Washington DC temple, he had been there for a couple of days, the 31st night. So there are specific tune through the streets of through the streets of Bengal, wherever Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes, he was singing that tune, particular tune. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I heard this tune, I think, from him. Hare Bhakti Day. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that's the thing. So wherever he goes, this is one. He went, he introduced Sankirtana. By the influence of his intellectual prowess, many students came to him and began studying under his direction. This is very, very nice verse actually. Bahu Shastre Bahu Vakya Chitte Brahmahaya Sadhya Sadhana Sreshta Nahaya Nischaya. What is saying here? A Brahmana in East Bengal could not ascertain the objective of life or how to attain it. If one reads many books and scriptures and hears many commentaries and instructions of many men, this will produce doubt within his heart. One cannot in this way ascertain the real goal of life. So this statement emphasizes we don't need to go all other trash. It's just simple trash, I can say. We just have to read the books in a proper Guru disciplic succession. Right now we are situated properly. ISKCON is properly situated in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So knowledge is perfect. All other, if Google is there, Google, some people says Google Guru, no. Google doomed Guru. I can say that wrong interpretations, everybody writes their own way of thing. That's why we don't need to refer any other Google. It has to be in a proper system of disciplic succession, or it has to be supportive to. It needs to be support to the Guru disciplic succession, whatever the parampara we are in. Not away from. So that is the important thing. Bahu Shastre Bahu Vakya Chitte Brahmahaya. Illusion. It's a Brahma. Doubt creates. Sadhya Sadhana Sreshta Nahaya Nischaya. One cannot in this way ascertain the real goal of life. What is the real goal of life? The real goal is to back home, back to God and serve Him, serve Supreme Lord eternally. That's the thing. The Lord instructed him about the object of life. Sadhya, the process, sadhana, for attaining it, and Nama Sankirtana, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We have only one Hare Krishna Mahamantra only. Numerous tunes there. Sankirtan, Kirtan. Numerous tunes. You can sing. So thus the Lord Chaitanya contributed the greatest benefit to East Bengal by initiating the people into Harinam, the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, making them learned scholars by educating them. So this is a trip to East Bengal and meeting with Tapan Mishra. So next section, let us go 2025. So let me see who else there. Yeah. Yeah, Raju Prabhu. You can read, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Gaurav Prabhuji is with me. He will read, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. 20 to 25, Lakshmi Devi's disappearance and Lord Chaitanya's marriage with Vishnu Priya. 20 to 23, Lakshmi Devi's disappearance. While the Lord was in East Bengal, Lakshmi Devi was very unhappy at home. The snake of separation bit her, and its poison caused her death. Thus she went back home, back to Godhead. Lord Chaitanya, the super soul, knew about it and thus returned home to solace Sachi Devi. He brought with him great wealth and many followers. He spoke to Sachi Devi about transcendental knowledge of relief her of the grief. Proud 24, proud teacher. After that, he again began educating others. By strength of his education, he conquered everyone, and thus he was greatly proud. 25th. Then the Lord Chaitanya married Vishnu Priya, the goddess of fortune, and thereafter he conquered the Digvijayi named Keshwa Kashmiri.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Prabhu.
Yes, this is one of the subsection. Lakshmi Devi's disappearance and Lord Chaitanya marriage with Vishnu Priya. Okay. So no need to discuss, just pretty straightforward. So let us continue with this. 26 to 111, the meeting of Lord Chaitanya and Keshav Goswami. It's a big section, and we have subsections also there in this. So let us read. Raju Prabhu, we can continue some of the verses.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. 26 to 111. The meeting of the Lord Chaitanya and Keshav Kashmiri. 26 to 27 already explained. Vrindavana Dasa Thakura has elaborately described this incident. That which is clear need not to be scrutinized for good qualities and faults. Offering obeisance unto him, I shall try to describe that portion of the Lord's analysis which made the Digvijay feel himself condemned. 28 to 29 meeting. Once on a full moon night, the Lord was sitting on the bank of the Ganges with his many disciples and discussing literary topics. Coincidentally, Keshav Kashmiri came there. While offering his prayers to the Mother Ganges, he met the Lord. 32. Inconsiderate greeting, the Lord received him with adoration. But because Keshav Kashmiri was very proud, he talked very inconsiderately. I understand that you are Nimai Pandita. People speak very highly of your teaching of beginners, grammar, Balya Shastre. I heard that you teach Kalapa Vyakarana, a branch of Sanskrit grammar, and that your students are very expert in word jugglery of this grammar. Keshav linking word. Keshav notes. Keshav Kashmiri was very proud and indirectly taunted Lord Chaitanya by portraying his profession as nothing but word jugglery. The Lord took a humble position to increase his artificial pride even further, so that later he could crush it fully. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Inconsiderate greeting, the Lord received with him adoration, but because Keshav Kashmiri was very proud, he talked very inconsiderately. I understand that you are Nimai Pandita. People speak very highly of your teaching of beginners grammar, Balya Shastre. I heard that you teach Kalapa Vyakarana, a branch of Sanskrit grammar, and that your students are very expert in the word jugglery of this grammar. Who is saying this dialogue?
Keshav Kashmiri.
No, word jugglery. Word jugglery. అంటే లార్డ్ చైతన్య అప్పుడు పాయింట్ చేస్తున్నాడా?
Yes, Prabhu. Digvijay is telling that Keshav Kashmiri is telling to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you teach these both sections of grammar, and your people are very expert in jugglery. So indirectly, he is telling you are only a juggler, word jugglery. You don't know anything than all in that instance.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu. మీరు చదవండి 33, 35 నుంచి చదవండి. వెల్కమ్ Prabhu.
Yeah, the text 33 to 35. The Lord's request. Yes, I am known as a teacher of grammar, but factually, I cannot impress my students, nor can they understand me well. You are a learned scholar and are experienced in poetry. I am only a new student. So I desire to hear your skill in composing poetry if you would describe the glory of Ganges. Text 36. 100 verses about the Ganges. Keshav Kashmiri became even more puffed up, and within 1 hour he composed 100 verses describing Mother Ganges. 37 to 39. Sarcasm. The Lord replied, Sir, there is no greater poet than you in the entire world. Your poetry is so difficult that no one can understand it, but you and Mother Saraswati. Now please explain the meaning of one verse. 40. The Digvijay asked which verse he wanted to explain. The Lord then recited one of the 100 verses Keshav Kashmiri has composed. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Let's see. Akinjan Prabhu, please read this section. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Chandramal Prabhu, please continue.
41 to 86, Keshav Kashmiri verse. 41. Glories of Mother Ganges, composed by Keshav Kashmiri. Mahatvam Gangaya Satatam Idam Abhati Nitaram. The greatness of Mother Ganges always brilliantly exists. Yadesa Sri Vishnu Charana Kamalotpatti Subhaga. She is the most fortunate because she emanated from the lotus feet of Sri Vishnu. Ditya Sri Lakshmi Devasura Narayiracharya Charana Achaya Charana. She is a second goddess of fortune, and so she is always worshipped both by demigods and humanity. Bhavani Bharturya Serasi Bhavate Adbhutagvana. Endowed with all wonderful qualities, she flourishes on the head of Lord Shiva. 45. Keshav Kashmiri was astonished to hear this and asked, I recited the words like the blowing wind. How could you completely learn by heart even one among those verses? The Lord replied, by the Lord's grace, someone may become a Kavivara, and someone else may become a great Srutidara. Satisfied by the statement, Keshav Kashmir explained the quote verse. Then the Lord said, now kindly explain the special qualities and faults in this verse. Dinesh, any faults? The Brahmana replied, there is not a ting of fault in that verse. Rather, it has the good qualities of similes, upama alankara, and alliteration, anuprasa. Shall continue, Prabhu?
Continue, Prabhu. Yes, 52.
47 to 49a. There are faults also. The Lord said, I may say something to you if you will not become angry. Can you explain the faults in this verse? Your poetry is full of ingenuity, and certainly it has satisfied the Lord. Yet if we scrutinizingly consider it, we can find both good qualities and faults. Therefore, let us carefully scrutinize it. 49b, text 49b to 50. You are not eligible. The poet replied, the verse you have recited is perfectly correct. You are an ordinary student of grammar. What do you know about literary embellishments, alankara? You cannot review this poetry. Text 51 to 52. Taking a humble position, Lord Chaitanya said, because I am not on your level, I have asked you to teach me by explaining the faults and good qualities. Certainly, I have not studied laboratory embellishments, but I have heard about it from higher circles. Thus, I can review this verse and find in it many faults and good qualities. Hare Krishna.
ఇంకా ఇది కూడా వచ్చాయి bro. 53 to 54.
Text 53 to 54. The poet said, let me see what good qualities and faults you have found. The Lord replied, please hear me without becoming angry. In this verse, there are 5 faults and 5 literary ornaments. Kindly hear me and then give your judgment.
Nice. This is interesting. Thank you, Prabhu, for reading. Yeah. Akinchan Prabhu, Hare Krishna. I left maybe internet. Okay. Everybody's turned down, right? Deepa Mata, please continue.
Yes, Prabhuji. 55 to 71, the 5 doshas falls in the Digvijay verse. Type of fault and occurrence in the verse. Avimrishta vidheyamsa, unclean composition. Mahatvam Gangaya Satatam Idam, places the principal unknown subject matter Mahatvam Gangaya before the known subject matter Idam, principal. Without first mentioning what is known, one should not introduce the unknown. Ekadashi Tattva. Number 17. See Adilila 3.73 to 90 on page 52 for further explanation and examples of this principle. The subject should be stated before the predicate.
Okay, grammar.
Yeah.
Okay, grammar mistake. Okay. Second one.
2. Dvitiya Sri Lakshmi is opposed to mean a second all-opulent goddess of fortune. Yet, in this compound word, the intended meaning of equality with Lakshmi is lost. Viruddha Mati, contradictory conception. Bhavani Bhartr. Here, Bhavani means the wife of Lord Shiva, but when we mention her husband Bhartr, one might conclude that she has another husband. Punaratta, redundancy. Vibhavatya adbhuta guna. Here, Vibhavati, flourishes, already makes the statement complete. Qualifying it with the adjective adbhuta guna, wonderful qualities, creates the fault of redundancy. Bhagna krama, broken order. There is extraordinary alliteration in 3 lines, sounds ta, ra and bha of the verse. But in one line, the second, there is no such alliteration. This is the fault of deviation. The verse is spoiled. Although there are 5 alankaras decorating this verse, the entire verse has been spoiled by these 5 doshas. A verse of 10 alankaras is also nullified with even 1 dosha. Analogy: one's beautiful body may be decorated with jewels, but one spot of white leprosy makes the entire body abominable. Similarly, an entire poem is made useless by a fault despite alliteration, similes, and metaphors. Bharata Muni. Hare Krishna.
మాతాజీ భరతముని ఇది ప్రభు మాతాజీ ఏంటిది భరతముని
అంటే probably he is somebody known, very well known for grammar, I think.
వేరే ఇంకొక ఎక్స్పర్ట్
ఆయన చెప్పిన స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇది అని అంటున్నారు. Similarly, an entire poem is made useless by a fault despite alliteration, similes, and metaphors. అంటే Bhartamuni statement this is. It's not his own statement. Somebody stated it and that's what I understood.
Yeah. One's beautiful body may be decorated with jewel, but one spot of white leprosy makes the entire body abominable. Similarly, an entire poem is made useless by a fault, despite alliteration, similes, and metaphors. Okay. Yeah, let us continue. Okay, 72 to 86. The 5 alankaras, literary embellishments in the Digvijay's verse. Okay. Yeah, Samyukta Mata, please read.
Yes, Prabhuji. Type of ornament. Poetic device used. Shabda Alankara, ornament of sound. First one, Anuprasa, alliteration. The first line repeats the letter Ta 5 times. The third line repeats the letter Ra 5 times. The fourth line repeats the Bha 4 times. This alliteration is a pleasing ornamental use of sounds. Second one. Yes, Prabhuji.
The third, fourth, Tara, Bha. Let me see verse. Just to. This one only, no? Mahatram Gangaya Sadatam Idam Abhati Nitam.
Satatamlo ta undi 2 times nitaram.
Ram. Bha undi kada inka. Bha. Fourth line repeats the letter Bha 4 times. Fourth line.
Bhavani, Bhartur.
Ikkada fourth line.
Last line.
Bhavani Bhartur.
Acha.
Bhavani, Bhartur, Vibhavati.
Bhavani, Bhartur, seriously, Vibhavati. 3 times ఉంది కదా.
కానీ ఆయన అంటున్నారు ఏంటంటే థర్డ్ లైన్ లో అట్లాంటివి ఏమీ రిపీషన్స్ లేవు. సో దాట్ ఈస్ అ ఫాల్ట్. ఫస్ట్ దాంట్లో త ఉంది, సెకండ్ దాంట్లో ర ఉంది, ఫోర్త్ దాంట్లో భ ఉంది, కానీ థర్డ్ లో ఏం లేదు.
సెకండ్ లో
This is praising, I mean.
Yeah, second లో ఏం లేదు.
These are like alankara.
These are
ornaments.
These are praises, and ఇందాక నేను చదివింది they are faults, Prabhuji. ఆ faults లో mentioned ఉంది. That we are not used అని చెప్పేసి.
Okay. Bhavani Bhartru.
Redundancy కాదు. Ego, Bhagna Krama, broken order. There is extraordinary alliteration in 3 lines, sounds ta, ra and bha of the verse, but in one line, the second line, there is no such alliteration. This is the fault of deviation.
Okay, Mata. Thank you. Yes. Continue, Mata.
Yes, Prabhuji. Second one, Punar Uktavat Abhasa, repetition. Although the words Sri and Lakshmi convey the same meaning and are therefore almost redundant, they are nevertheless not redundant. Describing Lakshmi as possessed of Sri opulence offers a difference in meaning with a tinge of repetition. Ardha Alankara, ornament of meaning. Third one, Upama, analogy. The use of the words Lakshmi Iva, like Lakshmi, manifests the ornament of meaning called Upama. Fourth one, Virodha Bhasa, a contradictory indication. Lotus flowers grow in the water of the Ganges, but to say that the Ganges takes birth from a lotus flower seems extremely contradictory. But in connection with Lord Vishnu's lotus feet, it is a great wonder. By the inconceivable potency of the Lord, there is no contradiction, although it appears contradictory. Fifth one, Anumana, hypothesis. The real glory of Mother Ganges is that she has grown from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. 84 to 86. Lord Chaitanya concludes, I have simply discussed the 5 doshas and 5 alankaras of this verse, but considering it in fine detail, we will find unlimited faults. You have achieved poetic ingenuity by the grace of your worshipable demigod, but poetry not well reviewed is subject to criticism. Poetic skill used with due consideration is very pure and is dazzling with metaphors and analogies. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, actually, I'm remembering like Shabda Alankara in Telugu, MA Telugu, there is this same thing, Shabda Alankara, Artha Alankara, ornament of sound, ornament of meaning. Beautification, I mean, Alankaras to explain in a proper way, I mean, nice way. Alankara, the meaning itself is saying Alankara. Merugulu diddam anamata. So that's the thing. So the 5 items is good to know. Anuprasa, Punaruptvavad Abhasa, Upama, Virodha Bhasa, Anumana, hypothesis. Right. Very nice. Alliteration, repetition, analogy, a contradictory indication, hypothesis. We get to know this knowledge by so nice. Yeah, this is the last section, 87 to 111, the Digvijay surrender. Yeah, read some of the verses, Lavanya.
Yeah, 87 to 111. The Digvijay surrenders. 87 to 90. The champion poet's cleverness was stunned, and he could not say anything. He thought, this mere boy has blocked my intelligence. This means Mother Saraswati must have become angry with me. The wonderful explanation he has given could not have been possible for a mere human. Saraswati must have spoken personally through his mouth. Noting point. Mother Saraswati created this situation to favor the champion Pandita so that he might surrender onto Lord Chaitanya. Even if one is greatly learned scholar, if he commits an offense to the Lord's lotus feet, he will not be able to speak properly. Our only duty, therefore, is to surrender always to the Lord's lotus feet and not be falsely proud of our position. Can I continue? Or?
Continue.
91 to 92. Thinking thus, the Pandita said, I am simply struck with wonder. You are not a literary student and do not have a long experience in studying the Shastras. How have you been able to explain all these critical points? 93 to 94. Lord Chaitanya replied humorously, I do not know what good composition is. What I have spoke must be understood to have been spoken by Mother Saraswati. 95 to 97. The Digvijay sorrowfully wondered why Saraswati wanted to defeat him through a small boy. Thus he thought to ask her about in these prayers. She had in fact induced him to compose the verse in an impure way, and at the time of the discussion, she covered his intelligence. 98 to.
Yeah, somebody can read. Okay.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Raju,
yeah, I can read, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please read.
Yeah, 98 to 104. The Lord solaces him. When the poetic champion was thus defeated, all the Lord's disciplines began to laugh loudly, but the Lord stopped them and addresses the poet as follows. You are the most learned scholar, Bada Pandita. Bada Pandita, and the topmost of poets, Mahakavi Siromani. Otherwise, how could such fine poetry come from you? Your poetic skills is like constant flow of Ganges. No one in the world can compete with you. Even in the compositions of great poets as Bhava Bhuti, Jaya Deva, Kali Dasha, there are many examples of faults. Such mistakes are considered negligible. Oh, yeah.
Read
Yeah.
this. Eight,
Sorry. Despite its minute literally discrepancies, one must study poetry on the merit of its subject matter. According to the Vaishnava philosophy, any literature that glorifies the Lord, whether properly written or not, it's first class.
Very
So
good.
there is a sloka in Srimad Bhagavatam, which I notice, which signifies this point. It is 1.5.11.
Yes, I will open.
What Prabhupada wants to say is, this is not important. The grammar and the grammatical mistakes and all are not important in Srimad Bhagavatam. Or wherever the Lord's glorification takes place, that is not at all important. And 1.5.11.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. I'm not even fit to be in your discipline. Therefore, kindly do not take seriously whatever childish impudence, Shashua Kalpya I have shown. Please go back home, and tomorrow we may meet again, so that I may hear discourses of the Shastra from your mouth. 105 to 108. Success of Keshava Kashmiri. At night, the poet worshipped Mother Saraswati. In a dream, the goddess informed the poet of the Lord's positions and understand Lord Chaitanya's positions as a supreme Lord. The next morning, he surrendered unto his lotus feet. The Lord bestowed his mercy upon him and cut off all the bondage of material attachment. He was certainly fortunate, and his life was successful by dint of his vast learnings, and thus attained the shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji. 109. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakura has described all these incidents elaborately. I have only presented the specific incident he has not described. 110. The nectarian drops of Lord Chaitanya pastimes can satisfy the hearer's senses. Chaitanya Gausanira Lila Amretra Dhara Shurvendriya Trapa Hav Shravana Yahara. Prayer of Rupa Raghunatha. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Yara Asha.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, thank you very much. Yes. So that's the thing. So let me see that verse 1:5:11. I think you all recited that verse. Let me share. Yes. Yes. On the other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc., of the unlimited Supreme Lord is different creation, full of transcendental words, directed toward bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. Very nice. Yes. So, anybody recite this verse? Tadvag visargo janataga viplavo yasmin pratislokam abadvayat abadhavatyapi namnani anantasya yasho kitanyat shunvanti gayanti grananti sadavaha. Right?
So very good sloka, Prabhuji. Means, it slashes away all the literary, what to say, poetry, everything, it will slash everything. Because when Lord enters, nothing comes. And if Lord gives one touch of the sloka, one touch of the conch shell, makes Dhruva speak 11 verses in such a way, in such a rhythmic way, And no one can even imagine that 5 years boy could even speak those verses.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yeah, that's what
the
I
rule
am
doesn't
thinking,
apply for Lord.
Prabhuji. 5 years old boy, how can he recite like beautiful prayers?
Actually, there is a touch of the Lord, Mataji. It's just a touch of the Lord.
Yeah. 1 second. Computer battery drained. So let me put it. Back. That's the thing. Yes. Yeah. Very nice. Actually, in the lastly, in this review book, where is that? Yeah. Despite its minute literary discrepancies, one must study poetry on the merit of its subject matter. According to Vaishnava philosophy, any literature that glorifies the Lord, whether properly written or not, is first class. Because there is no need of grammar, something like that. Just glorifying Lord. The mood of that particular devotee. Whether it's a grammatical mistake, Krishna doesn't look at it. Krishna look at the bhava. Then in the last two verses, again, the nectarian drops of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes can satisfy the hearer's senses. Chaitanya gosanira lila amrutera dhara sarvendriya triptahaya shravaneyara. Very beautiful verse actually. The nectarian drops of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes can satisfy the hearer's senses. Chaitanya gosanira lila amrutera dhara shravanendriya triptahaya shravaneyara. And every chapter, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is prayer to Rupa and Raghunatha. Adrila 110. I want to recite that one, then we'll go back to our Dhruva Maharaj prayer practice. Adrila 1.110. Okay. CC Adi 110. 1.110. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Yara Asha Chaitanya Charitamruta Kahe Krishna Dasa. Sri Rupa Raghunatha, he always, every chapter, last verse talks about this. He's remembering their mercy. Without their mercy, he's unable to write. Sri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Yara Asha Chaitanya Charitamruta Kahe Krishna Dasa. Okay. So with this, we're done with reviews last 3 days. BG, SB, CC. Thank you for the opportunity. So moving forward, tomorrow onwards, again, please continue. This is for my purification, and I want to I don't want to lose the momentum because I'm not reading daily. So thank you very much for all of you and for bearing with me. So now let us go through our Dhruva Maharaja prayers. Let me share. Okay. Yeah.
When will you come back from? Sorry for asking every fortnight. Sorry, but then.
When will the question? నా దగ్గర ఆన్సర్ లేదు ప్రభు ఇప్పుడు. It's taking some time, bro. The purpose, what the purpose, it will take some more time. I'll be there. Yes, bro. So let me share. I'll let you know. We'll talk one-to-one. Yes.
Okay. By the time you open, I will to ask.
By the time we have to be all well versed with all the wonderful prayers of Bhagavatam. Let us see. Ever, Prabhu? Yes, వచ్చేది ఉంది ప్రభు. Yes, చేయాలి. Yes, I am also missing my family and all the devotee association. Physical association missing, but virtually I am there all the week, all the time. Yeah, yes, Prabhu. So what's the idea, Prabhu, for today's Sri Dhruva Maharaj prayers?
No idea, Prabhu. We are not done.
ప్రాక్టీస్ చేద్దామా? నిన్న ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసింది.
Yeah. We'll practice.
అది కొత్తది కూడా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేద్దాం.
నిన్న మొత్తం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తారు అందరూ.
యా, అందరూ ఒక్కొక్కసారి టర్న్ అయింది, మళ్ళీ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేద్దాం కావాలంటే. మరి
అయ్యా
Yes.
ప్రభు అది కూడా గుర్తుపెట్టాను.
ఏం ప్రభుజీ?
మర్చిపోయాను నేను, ఇంకా మొన్నటి దృష్టిలో ఉన్నాను ప్రభు. నిన్న యాక్చువల్లీ అదే 2-3 సర్వీస్ ఇచ్చేసారు సడన్ గా, ఇది అయిపోయిన వెంటనే. అక్కడ గూడెం తాడేపల్లి గూడెం నెట్లోకి వెళ్ళి అది ఇవ్వాలి ఇది ఇవ్వాలని మర్చిపోయాను మొత్తం. పొద్దున్న ఏం చేయాలి సడన్ గా ప్రభు పోతే వాళ్ళకి కూడా
ఏమన్నా స్టార్ట్ చేసిరా ప్రభు అక్కడ?
ఏముంది ప్రభు, స్టార్ట్ చేయడం డివైఎస్ స్టార్ట్ చేశారు ప్రభు. అంటే వాళ్ళ ఎగ్జామ్ అయిపోయాక నాకు చెప్పారు అనమాట, వాళ్ళు వచ్చేస్తారంటే వాళ్ళు సాయంత్రం వచ్చేయాలని. అది ఎప్పుడు మార్నింగ్ 10:30కి చెప్పారు. ఇంకా ముందు ఏం జరిగిందో మొత్తం మర్చిపోయాను. మా మదర్ కూడా తిట్టుకున్నారు పొద్దున్న, ఏమైపోయింది మీకు ఆల్ ఆఫ్ సడన్ ప్రభు మొత్తం. సరే, we have done 4, 9, 10.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you.
We'll done with this. We will be practicing today and tomorrow we will pick it up this new one. So let us practice this. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
No, let us ask them first what they wanted to do. Whether they wanted to learn the new one or they wanted to continue with the same.
Yeah. Yes.
If they wanted to learn the new, we'll go for the new.
Maharaj Prabhuji, so open up.
So first we will do 4.9.10 all of us. Then we will go to next sloka. Smile.
Is everyone okay with that? Rest.
Yes.
Okay. So we will do 4, 9, 10 again. Okay.
One time. Okay. Yeah.
Start with Samyukta Matajan family.
They are expert.
ప్రభుజీ మీరు ఒకసారి పాడరా, తర్వాత కంటిన్యూ చేస్తాం.
యా నిర్వృతిస్తనుభృతాం తవ పాద పద్మా ధ్యానాద్ భవజ్జన కథా శ్రవణేన వా స్యాత్ సా బ్రహ్మణి స్వమన్యపి నాతమాభూత్ కిం త్వంతకాసి లులితాత్ పతతాం విమానా.
Maharaj, please start.
Yes, Prabhuji. या निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वामहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं पन्तकासि लुलितात् पततां विमानात्.
Ramreddy Prabhu, unnara?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. या निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वामहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वान्तकाशि ललितात् पततां विमानात्.
Nice. Deepa Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. या निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वामहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशि लुलितात् पततां विमानात्.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes. Lavanya, please go ahead.
या निवृत्तिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि समहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशि लुलितात् पततां विमानात्.
Hari bol. Chandravel Prabhu, chesara?
నేను లాస్ట్ లో చేస్తాను ప్రభుజీ. yesterday I did not.
Yes. Raju Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
या
निर्वृतस्तनुभृतं तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवजनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वामहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशि ललितात् पततां विमानात्.
Nice. Yes, Prabhu, nice. Let me try. Then Akichan Prabhu, try chesara?
Yes. या निर्वितस्तनुभृतं तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात्
ध्यानाद् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वामहिमापि आत्माभूत् किं त्वान्तकाशिक लुलिता पततं विमाना.
Nice, nice. Haribol. Let me try. या निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानाद्भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वामहिमन्यपि नातमाभूत् किं त्वान्तकशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात्. ఓకే చేస్తారా ప్రభు? అర్చంతవల్ ప్రభు చేయండి, ఒకటి రెండు సార్లు చేయండి ప్రభు. ఇట్స్ ఓకే. మీరు రాలేదు అంతకుముందు, బట్ ఇట్స్ ఓకే, యూ కెన్ ట్రై. సేమ్ ట్యూనే మీరు అంతకుముందు ప్రీవియస్లీ చేసిన ఉన్నాయి కదా వర్సెస్.
యా నిర్వితిస్తనుభృతాం తవ పాద పద్మ ధ్యానాద్ భవజ్జన కథ శ్రవణేన వస్యాత్ స బ్రహ్మాణి స్వమహిమాని అపి నాతమాభూత్ కిం త్వాంతకాసి లులిత పతతాం విమానాత్.
అయ్యి బాబాయ్, ఇంత స్లోగా చేశారని ప్రభు ఇవాళ రాదు కాబట్టి స్లోగా చేశారు. మీకు వస్తే మనకి అయిపోయినట్టుంది.
రాకెట్ మాస్టర్. ఎస్ ప్రభు చేస్తారా? వాళ్ళు ఇంకోసారి చేయండి. చంద్రబాబు ప్రభు ఇంకోసారి వేయండి మీరు.
ఓకే ప్రభు. యా నిర్వితిస్తనుభృతాం తవ పాద పద్మ ఓకే. యా నిర్వితిస్తనుభృతాం తవ పాద పద్మ ధ్యానాద్ భవజ్జన కథ శ్రవణేన వా స్యాత్ స బ్రహ్మాణి స్వమహిమాని అపి నాదమాభూత్ కిం త్వం అంతాక్షి థర్డ్ అండ్ ఫోర్త్ ప్రభుజీ.
థర్డ్ అండ్ ఫోర్త్ నేను చెప్తాను, ఒకసారి రిపీట్ చేయండి.
ఓకే.
సా బ్రహ్మణి స్వమహిమన్యపి నాతమాభూత్.
స్వబ్రహ్మణి స్వమిమానిపి నాతమాభూత్.
మహిమన్యపి
స్వమహిమన్యపి.
సా బ్రహ్మణి స్వమహిమన్యపి.
సా బ్రహ్మణి స్వమహిమన్యపి నాథమాభూత్.
సా బ్రహ్మణి స్వమహిమన్యపి నాథమాభూత్.
సా బ్రహ్మణి స్వమహిమన్యపి నాదమాభూత్.
కిం త్వంతకాసి లులితాత్ పతతాం విమానాత్.
కిం త్వంతకాసి లులితాత్ పతయమానాత్.
కిం త్వంతకాసి లులితాత్ పతతాం విమానాత్.
కిం త్వంతకాసి లులితాత్ పతతాం విమానాత్.
అంతే ప్రభు. ఎస్. సో షల్ వి రిసైట్ ది నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఆల్సో టుడే?
yes ప్రభు.
9:1.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
yes మాతాజీ.
ప్రభుజీ సినానిమ్స్ చేయలేదు ప్రభుజీ ఈ శ్లోకావి ట్రాన్స్లేషన్స్.
ఓకే సారీ మాతాజీ. ఓకే,
ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ కూడా డిస్కస్ చేయలేదు
ప్రభుజీ. ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ యాక్చువల్లీ మీరు ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ బై ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ చదివితే చాలా పెద్దగా ఉంటుంది ప్రభు. ఓకే, బట్ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ మళ్ళీ చెప్తాను చూడండి ప్రభుజీ. ఫస్ట్ 2 లైన్స్ ఒకటి, సెకండ్ 2 లైన్స్ ఒకటి డినోట్ చేస్తే ఇది సినానిమ్స్ చదువుతూ వెళ్ళండి ఒక్కొక్కటి. దెన్ వీ కెన్ గో ఫర్ ద ట్రాన్స్లేషన్. ఓకే.
yes ప్రభుజీ.
ఒక్కొక్కరు చదవండి. సినానిమ్స్ అండ్ మీనింగ్ వన్ టైం.
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ. synonyms. Ya, that which. Nirvritti, bliss. Tanubhritam, of the embodied. Tava, your. Pada Padma, lotus feet. Dhyanat, from meditating upon. Bhavat Jana, from your intimate devotees. Katha, topics. Shravanena, by hearing. Va, or Shyat, comes into being. Sa, that bliss. Brahmani, in the impersonal Brahman. Swamahimani, your own magnificence. Api, even. Natha, O Lord. Ma, never. Bhoot, exist. Kim, what to speak of. 2. Then Antakasi, by the sword of death. Lulitat, being destroyed. Patatam, of those who fall down. Vimanat, from their airplanes.
Hare Krishna. Synonyms. Ya, that which. Nirvritti, bliss. Tanubritam, of the embodied. Tava, your. Pada Padma, lotus feet. Dhyanat, from meditating upon. Bhavajana, from your intimate devotees. Katha, topics. Shravanena, by hearing. Va, or. Syat, comes into being. Sa, that bliss. Brahmani, in the impersonal Brahman. Swamahimani, your own magnificence. Api, even. Natha, O Lord. Ma, never. Bhut, exists. Kim, what to speak of. Tu, then. Antakasi, by the sword of death. Lilitat, being destroyed. Patatam, of those who fall down. Vimanat, from their airplanes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu Mataji. Yes. Translation ఎవరైనా మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చదవండి. It's a beautiful prayer.
Yes, Prabhuji, let me first discuss the translation, then you can read the translation. Okay?
Yeah.
The synonyms say actually, Ya nirvritis thanubritam tava pada padma. The conditioned soul who hears the nectar of your pastimes and the bliss which he gets. Tava pada padma dhyanat. The person who concentrate on the pastimes of your lotus feet. Shravanena, by hearing the bliss which he gets. Sa brahmani swamahimanyapinatamabu means what is with compared to that, what is the bliss which has been achieved by impersonal Brahman? Kimtvanta kasi lulitat patatam vimanat. And that enjoyment which is available in the Svarga. Svarga means you are bound by Kala. No? You are bound by time in Svarga. After your time, you will be falling down from the Vimanat, from your airplane, which will be faded and you will be thrown down. The mala will be faded and you will be thrown down. So he is not directly saying it is Varga, but in those regions where your time is faded and you will be thrown out. Uska kya kehna hai? Uska to baat hi nahi karna. So this is what the first two lines is: the embodied soul who derives pleasure from you or from hearing your pastimes, the bliss which he gets. In front of that, Sa Brahmani Swamahimanyapinatamabu means Brahmani. Brahmani means Brahmajyoti. Mahimanyapinatamabu. That is also yours only. But what is the bliss achieved in that with compared to the bliss achieved by hearing your pastimes from a devotees? And Swarga ko to baat hi nahi karna. So this is what this shloka says. Now we will read translation. Okay? Yeah, please read translation some of them.
ప్రభుజీ లైక్ స్వర్గాన్ని ఇక్కడ మెన్షన్ ఎక్కడ చేశారు ప్రభుజీ? లైక్ ఇది బ్రహ్మజ్యోతి అనుకుంటున్నా. లైక్
No. Kim tvanta kasi lulitat patatam vimanat. Kim tvanta kasi means from there it starts. By the sword of death means there is death also. In what is say, there is no death in this one, Mataji, impersonal Brahman. Only fall downs happen. Death will not happen.
Heavenly planets also, it is there. Yes.
Yeah.
Heavenly
But
planets
sword of death being destroyed, those who fall down from the airplanes. So in Brahmajyoti, you won't find all these airplanes and all. Airplanes will be there only in Swarga.
ఓకే. అంతకాశి. Yes, ప్రభుజీ.
Yeah, anybody
Yes,
please read the translation. Yes.
Translation. Dhruv Maharaj continued. O unlimited Lord, kindly bless me so that I may associate with...
left there.
10th ప్రభుజీ.
10. Oh, sorry. Translation. My Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda, wherein one thing himself merged in the impersonal Brahman as one with the Supreme. Since Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental bliss derived from devotional service, then what to speak of temporary blissfulness of elevating oneself to the heavenly planets, which is ended by the separating sword of time, although one may be elevated to the heavenly planets, he falls down in due course of time. Hare Krishna.
Jai, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, 9:37 here, 9:07 there. So, ఏం చేద్దాం ప్రభుది 11th?
Yeah, రేపు చేద్దాం ప్రభు, ఇవాళ వద్దు ఇంకా. No. అంటే Prabhuji and Mataji in this group, are you confident enough that you can clear the Bhakti Shastri exam of the next time? The Sloka tests and all, because we started from there. What do you think of yourself now?
Bhakti Shastri part 2, Prabhu?
No, I'm not gonna take any exams, Prabhuji. But are you confident enough that you can give?
Yes.
ప్రభుజీ ఒకసారి భక్తి శాస్త్రి అంటే భగవద్గీతవి ఒకసారి ట్యూన్స్ రివైజ్ చేయాలి ప్రభుజీ. నేను ఆ ట్యూన్స్
I మర్చిపోయాను actually. So one session now we will keep only reciting all those things which we practiced in 1 or 2 sessions. ఒక వీక్ అట్లా ఉంటే ఒకసారి Dhruv Maharaj prayers అవనివ్వండి మాతాజీ. Then we will take a break. We'll take a break and we will revise all those, okay, all the tunes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And అదే tunes లో కొత్త శ్లోకాస్ చేద్దాం 1 week. ఆ తర్వాత we will go for again, what is it, Prahlad prayers or many other prayers, Kunti prayers or many other prayers we have. We will go further, okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So in that way, if the prayers, we'll learn some 4 or 5 prayers for 6 months, and after that we will learn about the acharyas, okay, the history of acharyas, the alvars, and then we learn about our own history, Kauriya Sampradaya. We have 34 acharyas, not 1 or 2. So we will learn something about them, okay? In that way, 1.5 years will be passed like this. So if we have time,
wonderful goal plan, Prabhuji.
If this flow continues, in between some things might come that we cannot do, but still we will do the pace if Giriraj Prabhu allows us.
Giriraj Prabhu allow చేయడానికి ఏం లేదు ప్రభుజీ. It's all of us come.
And Samita Mataji, Ramreddy Prabhuji will be the topper in next Bhakti Shastri course. Hari bol.
Prabhuji, what I think is that it's not that we are planning, we'll do, but మనకి అది రివీల్ అవుతుంది, ఇప్పుడు ఇది చేయండి మీ ద్వారా. That now you learn Dhruv Maharaj prayers, now you're going to do this. It's getting revealed through you to us. Transcendental plan అది. మనం స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు అనుకున్నాము ఇలా చేస్తామని, లేదు కదా?
Yeah, somehow other, the main thing is that we should get engaged early in the morning.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Somehow get engaged early in the morning so the day starts good. This is what Giriraj Prabhu's main aim was while he started that chanting together in a family. But we will go slowly. Yes, we will start reading and then we will start reciting. See, this should never be a burden on you, okay? And there is no competition here. This is what I wanted to ensure. That this has been no competition, okay?
Yes,
because we are not on the platform. We should not be on the platform. Giriraj, what do you say?
Yes, Prabhu, competition and burden. Competitive spiritual competition undi మనం నేర్చుకోవాలి ఇవన్నీ to serve the Lord. By reciting means they're all great Vaishnava devotees, Supreme Lord, so pure devotees. They prayed all these prayers. We are repeating. So how beautiful thing, in the morning hours in India, right? So nice. So thank you so much for your patience, Prabhu. Your patience levels are high. My patience levels are low sometimes. So please forgive me if you see anything.
No, for that, Prabhuji, you should ask my wife, Prabhu, what is my patience levels. ఇక్కడ అంటే మాస్క్ వేసుకుంటాం అసలైన పేషెన్స్ లెవెల్ లో ఒకసారి ప్రైవేట్ కి మా వైఫ్ అడగండి, మొత్తం రియాలిటీ తెలుస్తుంది.
మా వైఫ్ కూడా ఉన్నది, ఎంత పేషెన్స్ ఉంటుందో మా సరే లేండి ప్రభు. ఓకే, yes, thank you. Let us continue, let us inspire each other and let us do different prayers. We'll learn nicely. This is a service, actually. This is a service to Supreme Lord and our Guru Parampara. శిల ప్రభుపాద. ఓకే, సో లెట్ us మాత రేపటి నుంచి మళ్ళీ దీపమాతది రాజు ప్రభు, మీరు లావణ్య మీరే టేక్ ఓవర్ చేయండి, నేను ఉండను. సో మేబీ అప్పుడప్పుడు యూట్యూబ్ వెళ్ళి అప్పుడప్పుడు చూస్తుంటా ఎప్పుడైనా ఎనీథింగ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ ప్లాన్ వాంట్ నో.
ఫిబ్రవరి నుంచి మార్చ్ వరకు నాకు కొంచెం సపోర్ట్ కావాలి. ఫిబ్రవరి 6th to March 6th మా వాడికి బోర్డ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఎవ్రీడే వెళ్ళాలి స్కూల్ కి, కొన్ని మధ్యలో గ్యాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి, కానీ అది 7:30కి మళ్ళీ డ్రైవ్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుందేమో.
I can manage that time, Mataji. Most of the time.
I'll let you know, Prabhuji. ఏ రోజు నాకు ప్రాబ్లం ఉందంటే ముందే అడ్వాన్స్ గా చెప్పేస్తాను రాత్రి పూటే, నెక్స్ట్ డే మార్నింగ్ నాకు ప్రాబ్లం ఉందని. ఎవరికి వీలు పడితే వాళ్ళు తీసేసుకోవచ్చు.
మీరు కనెక్ట్ అవ్వండి, డైరెక్ట్ ల్యాప్టాప్ తోనే కనెక్ట్ అవ్వండి ప్రభుజీ 7:30కి బెటర్, and you can manage. And one more thing, I wanted to appreciate Raju Prabhu and Shirisha Mataji, and they are doing wonderful book distribution in their area. Yesterday they went so nicely.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah, Hari Bol Prabhuji. It's very wonderful service.
Yes.
Yeah. Saturday we distributed around 15 books, Prabhuji, in our colony.
Hari Bol.
Wonderful, Prabhuji.
Nice. మీరు ఎంపవర్డ్ ఉన్నారు ఇంకా ఇప్పుడు శిల ప్రభు.
And Raju Prabhuji is doing one more thing. He's opening Bhakti Shastri notes and he's contemplating what we have studied and what we need to improve.
Mataji, that time completely copied, Mataji. Completely didn't learn.
At least you are.
ఏం చేస్తున్నారు ప్రభుజీ?
జస్ట్ రివైజ్ చేస్తున్నా ప్రభుజీ. ఐ మీన్ ఆ నోట్స్ గిట్లా అన్నీ అంటే
రివైజ్ చేసుకుంటే ఎక్కడ కాల్లో
నేనే ప్రభుజీ. ఐ మీన్ అది నోట్బుక్ ఇట్లా ఉంది కదా మనం పంపించింది, అది జస్ట్ చూస్తున్నా.
నోట్బుక్ అంటే మీరు ఏం చేయండి అంటే ఆ లెక్చర్స్ అన్ని సేవ్డ్ ఉన్నాయి కదా,
అవి స్టార్టెడ్ లిజనింగ్ మాతాజీ. అదే
1.5 or 1.75 స్పీడ్ లో యూ కెన్ గో అండ్ యూ కెన్ లిసన్ టు దట్.
రాజప్రభు ఎవరైనా శ్లోకాలు అడిగారా ప్రభు మిమ్మల్ని బుక్ చూపించినప్పుడు?
శ్లోకాలు అడగలేదు ప్రభుజీ.
ఇందులోనే 4 శ్లోకాలు చెప్పండి అడిగారా ప్రభు?
లేదు ప్రభుజీ.
లేదు, ఇంకా తగలేదు అలాంటి వాళ్ళు?
తగలేదు. చెప్తాను ప్రభు.
చెప్తారు ప్రభుజీ, ఇప్పుడు అన్ని చెప్తారు.
సో బీ ప్రిపేర్డ్, బీ ఎక్విప్డ్.
Yesterday also we went to Silparama Prabhuji, but not much crowd, but we distributed around 5 books yesterday night.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
I'm getting like I have some free time Prabhuji now, so that's it.
Yes, nice. You are not free. When you get free time means you are busy in Krishna service. So good, Prabhu. Thank you for the inspiration. Let us chant 3 times Hari Bol to Raju Prabhu and Shirisha Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. సారీ రాజు ప్రభు, మీరు నన్ను పిలిచారు కానీ నేను రాలేకపోయాను.
పర్లేదు ప్రభుజీ.
యా షూర్ ప్రభు.
మీరు అక్కడే ఉంటారు కదా ప్రభు, హైటెక్ సిటీలోనే రామరెడ్డి ప్రభు?
అవును ప్రభు, అవును ప్రభు. నిన్న ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్ళిండు ప్రభు నేను.
ఒకసారి మీకు టైం దొరికితే ఒకవేళ ఈ ప్రభు రాజు ప్రభు వస్తే మీరు ప్లీజ్ జాయిన్ అండ్ డూ బుక్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ సర్వీస్ టు అవర్ Srila Prabhupada.
That yesterday security had advised, right, because weekdays, right Prabhuji, yesterday nobody came because I thought Sankranti holidays started like I thought so much crowded like that. I thought we went, but not much crowded. So they would suggest అదే ప్రభుజీ వీకెండ్స్ రండి మంచిగా ఉంటది అని చెప్పారు వాళ్ళే.
నెక్స్ట్ ప్లాన్ చేయండి వీకెండ్స్ అంటే
మీరు గేట్ బయట నుంచో అలా ప్రభుజీ, గేట్ లోపలికి వెళ్ళి చేస్తారు?
బయటనే మాతాజీ. దే వోంట్ అలో ఇన్సైడ్ మాతాజీ, గేట్ బయటనే. ఎవ్రీవేర్ మాతాజీ, అవుట్ సైడ్ ఓన్లీ, నోబడీ అలో ఇన్సైడ్.
అంత ముందు కూడా లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ చేసినాము.
మీరు చేసినప్పుడు ఏంటంటే మీరు టికెట్ తీసుకొని లోపలికి వెళ్ళిండు, డైరెక్ట్ గా టికెట్ తీసుకొని వెళ్ళిండు.
గిరీష్ ప్రభుజీ మీరు లాస్ట్ టైం వెళ్ళినట్టున్నారు లోపలికి కదా?
వెళ్ళారు.
శ్రీగోపాల్ ప్రభు టికెట్ తీసుకున్నారు, మేము అందరం వెళ్ళి 10-15 బుక్స్ అమ్మినాం ఆ రోజు లాస్ట్ ఇయర్. అడిగిండ్రు ఏంటంటే ఇంకా మేనేజ్ చేసినాం ప్రభు. అప్పుడు ఇక అడిగింది అంటే ఏంటి ఇది అంటే చెప్పినాం అనమాట, ఇది దిస్ ఈజ్ స్పిరిచువల్ బుక్స్, భగవద్గీత భాగవతం డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ అని చెప్పి పెద్ద ఏమో పట్టించుకోలేదు, లైట్ తీసుకున్నారు వాళ్ళు కూడా.
ఒకసారి మీ రియలైజేషన్స్ ఒక రోజు సెషన్ తీసుకోండి ప్రభుజీ. బుక్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ అప్పుడు జనాలు ఏమంటారు, మీరు ఆబ్జెక్షన్స్ ఎలా హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తారు, ఒకసారి ఆ రియలైజేషన్స్ చెప్పండి. అసలు ఎలా తీసుకునే వాళ్ళు.
Sure, Mataji, we'll discuss one time.
Especially those people who have never heard of Srila Prabhupada or who have never thought of taking Bhagavad Gita, అలాంటి వాళ్ళకి మీరు ఎలా అమ్ముతారు? అది ఒకసారి
Mataji,
చెప్పండి.
I mean, అంత ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ కాదు. జస్ట్ వీఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ టు టేక్ దెమ్ జస్ట్ అంటే ఏం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయట్లేదు మాతాజీ.
అవునా?
ఎందుకంటే ఎవరు టైం ఇవ్వరు మాతాజీ. somebody they will just come and they'll took Mataji.
అదే అంటే నా దగ్గరికి వచ్చినప్పుడు భగవద్గీత బుక్ నేను తీసుకున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే ఆ ముందు రోజే మా డాడీ హీ టోల్డ్ మీ ఏంటంటే నువ్వు ఎప్పుడైనా చదవాలంటే యూ రీడ్ శ్రీలా ప్రభుపాద్స్ ఇది భగవద్గీత, చనిపోయిన ముందు ఒక్కసారైనా మనం అందరం చదవాలి ఆ బుక్ అని అన్నారు అనమాట. నేను వైజాగ్ వెళ్ళినప్పుడు, నేను వైజాగ్ రిటర్న్ ట్రైన్లో గోదావరిలో కూర్చున్నప్పుడు బుక్ వచ్చింది, నేను తీసేసుకున్నా. సో దెర్ ఈస్ సంథింగ్, సమ్ కాలింగ్ ఇస్ దేర్, సమ్ first the message has come and then Bhagavad Gita has come. But what happens with others, I also wanted to know.
They just simply ignore Mataji. Most of them are 90% of the people just ignore Mataji.
That is a complete purification of our false ego. So
I heard that, yeah. क्या చేస్తేనే మనకి అందరూ చీపో అంటే ఫాల్స్ ఈగో పోతుంది.
But still one thing Mataji, even though we don't need to be discouraged, we just have to serve, that's it. I mean, somebody may be benefited from one devotee, one person coming to the path of bhakti, that's it. That's what we want. Prabhupada started this ISKCON, he wanted to see only one devotee. But see, no, you know.
But భగవద్గీత అమ్ముతుంటే తిట్టే వాళ్ళు కూడా ఉంటారా ప్రభుజీ?
ఓ చాలా.
ఏమని తిట్టారు వాళ్ళు?
అరే మస్తు మాతాజీ, మామూలుగా ఉండదు. ప్యూర్ ప్యూరిఫికేషన్ అయిపోద్ది మొత్తం. ఎందుకు వచ్చిన అనిపిస్తుంది మాతాజీ.
కృష్ణ ఓన్లీ బై కృష్ణ ఓన్లీ శివ, లార్డ్ శివ, బోలా దుర్గాదేవి, ఇంకా
కాళీదేవి. అది ఎవరి ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వాళ్ళకే బాగుంటది మాతాజీ. సో మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఒకరోజు బుక్స్ తీసుకొని రోడ్డు మీద ఉండండి.
But the next day, you will take complete shelter of this class or Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita.
అప్పుడు మీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చెప్పనవసరం లేదు. యూ విల్ గెట్ ఆల్ ద ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్ అండ్ ఆల్ ద పర్సన్స్. వాళ్ళు ఎలా మాట్లాడతారు, ఎలా రెసిప్రొకేట్ అవుతారు, లేకపోతే ఎవరు తీసుకుంటారు, ఎంత టైంలో తీసుకుంటారు, మనం ఎలా కన్విన్స్ చేయాలి, ఎంత బెగ్ చేయాలి, అన్ని తెలుస్తాయి మాతాజీ. ఒక్కరోజు రోడ్ మీద నిల్చోండి.
అదే గుంపులో గోవిందలాగా వెళ్ళాలి, అందుకని ఎలోన్ గా వెళ్ళకూడదు ఎప్పుడు.
నో మాతాజీ, వాట్ యూ కెన్ డూ ఇస్ మతలబ్ ఆపే ఫేర్స్ అవుతాయి కదా, అవుతుంటాయి కదా, పెద్ద పెద్ద ఫేర్స్ అవుతాయి, ఎవరిని పట్టించుకోరు. మీరు అక్కడ నుంచోండి, వచ్చి తీసుకెళ్ళిపోతారు జనాలు. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఈజియెస్ట్ వే. లేదు, 1-on-1 వెళ్ళి మాట్లాడాలంటే యూ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ రియల్లీ గట్స్ యాక్చువల్లీ. కానీ ఇది ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే కానీ అది అవ్వదు మాతాజీ అట్లా. సో ఫస్ట్ గుంపులోకి వెళ్ళి నుంచోవాలా, ఆటోమేటిక్ గా వెళ్తూ ఉంటాయి, కొంచెం కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. 1-to-1 స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం, ఆ తర్వాత మొత్తం కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ డౌన్ అయిపోద్ది. ఇంట్లోకి వచ్చి మళ్ళీ బాగా కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ షెల్టర్ తీసుకుంటాం అన్నమాట. అట్లా ఉంటుంది మాతాజీ.
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ,
it's everything purification, because nowadays nobody ready to read books Mataji, you know, everything smartphone, Google anta adundi kada. So it's a tough time to do book distribution and in the hands of these fallen conditioned souls. We are also one day we are also in the part of that, but somehow we got connected and continuing with the mercy of Guru Parampara.
Yes,
It's all purification only, Mata. It's okay. I mean, you will get the nice experience when you start doing you can try to find out options like fair there's like Mohan Prabhu said, like events there, right? Like the run events. What is that? Run
అంటే ఇవన్నీ మనం ఫస్ట్ కొనుక్కొని రెడీ పెట్టుకుని తర్వాత ఏ ఫేర్ అయితే ఆ ఫేర్ లో నుంచుంటామా, అట్లా ఉంటుందా?
మనము టెంపుల్ నుంచి బుక్స్ తీసుకోవడము, లేదంటే మన దగ్గర సుబ్బారావు ప్రభు మెయిన్ చూస్తున్నాడు కదా బుక్స్, దాని దగ్గర నుంచి దెన్ వీ కెన్ ముందే డబ్బులు ఇవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. బట్
మాతాజీ, if you want, we have lot of books మాతాజీ. Small books, big books, Krishna books, I have everything.
భాగవతం సెట్స్,
భాగవతం సెట్స్ కూడా ఉన్నవి.
మా వాడి బోర్డ్ ఎగ్జామ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మీ దగ్గర నుంచి తీసుకుని
యాక్చువల్ గా టెంపుల్ కి వెళ్తే పని ఈజీగా అయిపోతుంది మాతాజీ.
అవును,
పెద్ద పెద్ద
చేద్దాం మాతాజీ మనం కూడా.
వెళ్దాం మాతాజీ. ఏకాదశి లేకపోతే వైకుంఠ ఏకాదశి, ముక్కోటి ఏకాదశి ఇలాంటివి ఉంటాయి కదా విష్ణు టెంపుల్స్ లో. అలాంటప్పుడు
ఏ టెంపుల్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ అట్లీస్ట్ సమ్ కండ్యూసివ్, సో వి కెన్.
ఇంకటి బయట ఫుడ్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్తే వాళ్ళు ఫుడ్ తింటూ ఉంటారు, మనం వెళ్తే వాళ్ళకి డిస్టర్బెన్స్ కదా ఫుడ్ తింటూ ఉంటే.
అవును మాతాజీ.
అట్లా. సో టెంపుల్ లో అయితే వేరే పని అయితే ఉండదు వాళ్ళకి అట్లీస్ట్.
మెయిన్ టెంపుల్స్ కింద మోడ్ ఆఫ్ గుడ్నెస్, అంటే గుడ్నెస్ పీపుల్ వస్తారు. దే విల్ బి ఇన్ ద మోడ్ ఆఫ్ గుడ్నెస్. ఇన్ మార్నింగ్ టైం ఎస్పెషల్లీ
ప్రభుజీ మోడ్ ఆఫ్ ప్యాషన్ వాళ్ళు కూడా రావచ్చు కదా, నాకు ఇది ఇవ్వండి అది ఇవ్వండి. బట్ అట్లీస్ట్ టెంపుల్ కి వస్తున్నారు, టెంపుల్ కి వచ్చే జ్ఞానం అయినా ఉంది కాబట్టి.
వాళ్ళు అంత అదిగా ర్యాష్ గా రిజెక్ట్ చేయరు. ఓకే తీసుకుంటే లేకపోతే లైక్ ఉంది మా దగ్గర మేము చదువుతున్నాం అది ఇది చెప్తారు అంతే.
యాక్చువల్లీ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద రెస్పాన్సెస్ ప్రభుజీ నౌ ఇట్ ఇస్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది అదే మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద రెస్పాన్సెస్ ప్రభుజీ. ఇప్పుడైతే రీసెంట్ గా
మేబీ మన వాళ్ళే లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ అంత ముందు ఇయర్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ చేసి
అందరి దగ్గర ఉందని చెప్తున్నారు.
అప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేయాలి ప్రభుజీ, లైక్ సత్సంగ్ అడ్రస్ ఇవ్వాలి, ఎక్కడ ఉంటారో అక్కడ వాళ్ళు, అంటే వాళ్ళ ప్లేస్ తెలుసుకొని అక్కడ వాళ్ళకి కనెక్ట్ చేసేయాలి.
ఓకే.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
అచ్చా, ఏ అద్దాల అమ్మాయి, చలో ఓపెన్ యువర్ వీడియో ఒకసారి.
స్మృతి అడుగుతుందంట, గిరిరాజ్ ప్రభుజీ ఎప్పుడు వస్తారు, నాకు గిఫ్ట్ తెస్తారు.
మీ అద్దాలేవి బ్లాక్
లేదు,
స్పెక్స్. హరే కృష్ణ, ఎంత నీట్ గా చాంటింగ్ చేసినావు నాన్న, వెరీ నైస్. ఆ దాశరాజ్ ప్రభు ఫామ్ అది ఇంకా నీకు గుర్తొస్తుంది. సో నైస్లీ క్యాప్చర్డ్ సంబడి హూ ఐ డోంట్ నో హూ క్యాప్చర్డ్, వెరీ నైస్లీ క్యాప్చర్డ్. I loved a lot actually that singing. Hare Bol. Smruti Mataji ki Jai Ho.
Jai.
Hare Krishna Yappu, then we will end with this call with your
Hare Krishna Mahamantram.
Hare Krishna Mahamantram. Hare Krishna. Chalo. Chap.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
ఇంకొకసారి 2 సార్లు అయింది, ఇంకో వన్ మోర్ టైం.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hari Bol. Very nice.
Hari Bol.
Very nice.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice, huh? So good. Hari Bol. Thank you, Maharaj. Okay, let us conclude. Let us connect tomorrow. Have a happy Krishna conscious Thursday. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaः. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki jai. Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Shila Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Premanande. Hari. Nice. ఏ క్లాస్ చదువుతుంది మాత ఇప్పుడు స్మృతి? ఫస్ట్ క్లాసా? సూపర్. విచ్ స్కూల్?
CDR International School.
CDR. What is that?
CGR International School, Prabhuji.
Oh, CGR International School. So good. All the very best. Krishna is with you. మీ మామీ డాడీ దగ్గర కూర్చొని చాంటింగ్ చేయి ప్రతిరోజు. జస్ట్ చిన్న మాల. దెర్ ఆర్ 16 ఉంటాయి మాత్రం అది బీడ్స్. చిన్న దాంతో స్టార్ట్ చేయించండి మీతో పాటు. వెన్ యూ చాంట్, మీ ఇద్దరు పిల్లల్ని కూర్చొని చాంటింగ్ చేయండి. ఎస్, మై వైఫ్ అండ్ నేను అక్కడ ఇండియాలో ఉన్నప్పుడు వి ఆల్ సిట్ టుగెదర్ అండ్ డూ కపుల్ ఆఫ్ రౌండ్స్. లాస్ట్ ఫ్రైడే
17 కావాలి.
సరే, నేను పంపిస్తాను ఇక్కడ అండి, ఫెడెక్స్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే, 16 నీకు 17 కావాలి. 17 వద్దులే, 18 అనుకోని. ఓకే, 18 కూడా చేయొచ్చా? ఓకే, నైస్, వెరీ గుడ్. హరే కృష్ణ. ఓకే, నైస్, బాయ్. హరే కృష్ణ.